What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, first, I want to say thank you for showing up for the video. Second, I want to say hurricane is approaching Milton. And as you can tell, it's breezy as a mofo. So, sorry for the shaky cam. Breezy. And I wanted to also say, anybody who's in the path, direct path, like the whole state's gonna feel it basically. I mean, we're feeling it right now, but it's just gonna be windy and rain, tropical storm stuff. Nothing big, you know. For the people who are living in Florida for a long time, we know this is whatever. It's cool, but that direct path stuff ain't no joke. Seek shelter, be safe, be smart, live to tell the tale, and all that good stuff. So just be careful, and yeah, that's what's up. Video games. So, like I said in the last video, I do prefer to chill a little bit to see, you know, when news pops off, see what people are saying, what's going on, and with the whole Halo stuff happening, which I would say is about 99.9% good news. It's basically every complaint that Halo fans have been yelling and screaming about for years, they have addressed, and they didn't say anything that seemed to be negative in my eyes. I was like, okay, yeah, let's go. Y'all know what's up. Y'all weren't just, you know, being like a positive, toxic positivity. They were like, no, you gotta go, new boss and all this stuff. So here's the thing. I forgot who it was, but they said, oh, all they did was a name change. So it's the same people making the game. So it's nothing's gonna happen. It's still gonna be hot trash garbage. It's still 343, just a different name. I'm like, that's not what happened. Y'all need to pay attention. You're not paying attention, you shut up. If you're not paying attention in class, you get an F, and you get an F, and you get an F. Anyway, what happened when Halo Reach launched, Bonnie Ross was like, oh, my family's sickness. I forgot what the excuse they gave her. Whenever a CEO or a head or lead of a division studio company leaves after bad news befalls their tenure, basically their position over, they're fired. Let's just say it, they're fired. In every instance, we can go back. They're fired. They say, oh, I'm so homesick. I want to be closer to Britannia. I want to be closer to Albion. So I'm going to resign as CEO of Sony. Even though we're the market leader, nah. He got fired. Sean Layden got fired. They fired him. I mean, and then they said, yeah, maybe we shouldn't do it that way. Maybe we should like put up, you know, some smoke screens, some facades, and some fake news, and then do that. And so now it's all fake news. Now it's like, oh, I'm tired. And then I hear that Joseph Stanton got fired, but they said he moved on to which is true. You know, he is moving on to whatever he did, wherever he went. But once again, you know, I mean, I guess it's about perception and perspective and stuff. Who knows? Oh. I got my little foamy things. Very helpful when hurricanes come. Well, they're flying around. Who cares? Anyway, so the news of Halo, the change, the name change, blah blah blah. Right? Everybody's saying, well, some people, mainly Donkey Unicorns and Ponies. Now, there's two narratives. One, nothing's going to change, 343, blah, blah, blah. Two, oh, they're doing it in Unreal Engine, so it could be easily ported to PlayStation 5, blah, blah, blah. So all the Donkey Unicorns, specifically, are saying, oh, yeah, I can't wait to play Halo on PS5 Pro, blah, blah, blah. Now, the biggest slap across the face with a phallus member to all those Donkey Unicorns and Ponies would, of course, be to not ever put it on PlayStation. They shouldn't put it on PlayStation, even though they would probably make more money if they did put it on PlayStation. But there's something something to be said about the sanctity of that title as far as it being exclusive, as far as it being an identifier of Xbox, you know? So I don't think they should. And I think Dirt said it, or no, I think Boom said it. He said 3 games that shouldn't go, the 3 pillars, if you will, is Halo, Gears, and Forza. You know, that was the start of, you know, all the Ponies and Donkey Unicorns. That's all they said. All you got is Halo, Gears, and Forza. All you got is Halo, Gears, and Forza. I was like, all right, cool. I guess that's all we're going to have exclusively. And that's fine, because if they're putting Doom, they're putting all these other games that are more of a mainstream. I mean, Halo is mainstream. But once again, time and time again, you see how poorly sales are on PlayStation for games in general. And you're wondering, like, why didn't Final Fantasy Rebirth sell more than 1 million and 2 million copies? Why didn't it? Like, that's the biggest RPG. I mean, arguably the biggest RPG, right? With its legacy, it has generations of fans. How come it only sold 2 million? And they have 60 million? No, something's not right. The math ain't mathing. So I would be like, if I'm a game maker and I'm like making games, I'm like, first, no more exclusives, because they don't buy games, obviously. And second, I'm looking at Microsoft. I'm like, yo, first we got PC, we got Xbox, we got cloud, we got Amazon sticks, we got all this stuff. Do we really need PlayStation for what, 1 million at most, maybe sales or something? Maybe. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth the brand damage, if you will. And it's I'm not saying keep everything exclusive, because they have a lot of studios, a lot of games, but certain titles should not be going over there. Now the free portion, questionable. I was like, okay, well, the free multiplayer, I'm like, maybe, but the campaign, no, don't give them that. But anyway, that's what Donkey Unicorns and the Ponies are saying. Oh, it's gonna be on PlayStation, blah 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 blah. Port begging, essentially. And that's what they've been doing for, you know, ever since the end of ABK to the beginning and all this stuff. Port begging, because they got no games for themselves. They're like, oh, Silent Hill 2 is so good. It's like, wait, that's Boober Team. How's it good now? Well, I don't understand. But the thing with Halo, the thing with the Unreal Engine is that it is a turning point, you know, for Halo Studios, the new Halo Studios. And it's giving them an opportunity to perhaps, we'll see, make some innovative changes in what Halo is. Now, a lot of people, I was listening to Jimmy Neutron, Lano, Reforge, and he's like, oh, the game has to change. You guys, this is what it has to be. It can't be the same old with the same enemies. It can't be that. What are you talking about? Okay, he doesn't talk exactly like that, but I'm working on it. And I'm like, you obviously don't play Halo. And you're a dumbass. Because people like Halo because of how it plays, not because it's the same old, same old. The reason why Halo Infinite was a failure is because it didn't have enough content for the game that they had created. If they had content rolling, it'd have been cool. And so I'm like, why would you change? All they need to do is make Halo and Unreal. Now, environmentally, they can make it different, but it needs to feel like Halo. If it feels like Fortnite, forget it. It's done. It can't feel like Fortnite. It has to feel like, and that was always my my concern about Halo switching engines. Now, I don't think it's going to necessarily feel like Fortnite or anything like that, because you have talented developers who are not just going to cut and paste some animations from Fortnite into Halo. That would be hilarious, though. They should probably do that as a goof. Like, here's the Halo Fortnite in Halo. But Fortnite. And here's my other thing about that question. Are they going to do Forge in the new Halo? So it would be Forge in the Unreal Engine. How would they do? I mean, I know how they would do it, because it would just be select pieces of geometry, cliffs and rocks and all that stuff that they, you know, have a library of stuff that you can use and put together however. So I don't think it's impossible, but obviously it's not impossible. But I'm like, how would that work? I don't know. But overall, it's a good thing. And so when I see this negativity on the internet, obviously it's the Xbox tax. And then it's just, you know, donkey unicorns and ponies trying to make it so that PlayStation's winning. Once again, that is their prime directive. PlayStation has to win at all costs. So we say all these dumb stuff, all the slanderous stuff against Xbox, even though the news was 100,000% positive. There was like nothing that they said in there that was negative. And Pierre Terminator Jenkins, I forgot his last name, sorry. He's the boss. I'm like, yeah, I like him. I heard 2 sentences from him. I'm like, yep, he's good. I like him. I like all the words he said. I like that. He's good. It's just, I have no problems with this guy. And I've seen who are they making fun of? The sister with the purple hair. What was she? She wasn't the COO. Or CCO, chief? No, not CCO. COO, chief, CF, not CFO. I forgot what she did, but she was head of something. And I was like, why? 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 And that is that touches on a greater issue in the industry today. And it does touch into politics, but it's less politics and more of what the state of the union, if you will, is. I don't know if it's the whole world. I mean, parts of the world are similar as far as racist people are. And that's the thing. I hate talking about it. I hate bringing it up. But the point is that there is a divide in video game in the audience. And so what I've noticed recently, this is a tangent but kind of connected, because of the slander that they're slinging at sister, purple hair sister, I forgot her name. And you look at all these games that have come out recently. I mean, Concord got it hard. It deserved it mainly because, I mean, they say it's woke this and woke that, and I see what they're talking about with the body positivity, blah, 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 and all that stuff. But the fact is that the character designs were just not inspired. Nobody liked them, like, generally speaking. Plus, they had the other stuff, like, oh, is that... At first, the fat guy, the healer with the blue jacket, I thought it was a lady. I didn't know it was an androgynous big person. Is it bad to say fat? I mean, whatever. Obese, let's just say that, because technically they were. So is that worse than fat? I don't know. You guys make up the mind. I don't. But anyway, Concord, even Space Marine. There's like, oh, they put females in the front line, and that's not part of the lore. And I'm like, I just heard about this today. I'm like, I don't even know. But it seems like a certain sect of society needs to complain about these things, right? It's too woke, it's this, that, and third, or whatever, or it's woke, period. I say neo-woke because the original woke is different. And it's happening to like every game. Assassin's Creed, same thing. Assassin's Creed Shadows, same thing. Oh, you got a female, and you got the black man who's a samurai, but not a samurai, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, y'all just gotta complain. You're a bunch of Kevins and Karens. What's the male? Karen? I don't know. I'll say Kevin. And sorry for all the Kevins out there. Y'all are cool, maybe. And I'm like, and it bled into this video, this 6-minute video, whatever. And they're making fun of, and they're, oh, it's going to be woke, or people ruining them, people putting videos out, oh, they're ruining Halo. I mean, the game's not even out yet. They didn't show nothing. They showed some graphics and the engine. They showed a couple of models. They showed a Banshee flying. What are y'all talking about? Why don't you relax? Why don't you sit your ass down and shut the hell up? Why don't you become a gamer again? Stop being a crybaby and become a gamer. Now, I saw the biggest crybaby on the internet, on Twitter, Tim Puppy, Tim Perrito. He was commenting on the Halo, and he's like, "Oh, it's so good. It looks good. I forgot what he said, but paraphrasing. He was mainly positive." I'm like, "Wait, that's not right. Why are you positive? You're supposed to be negative. You're a pony now. You can't be positive on Xbox stuff. You can't play both sides. You're a traitor, and you went to the other side. You defected, so that's where you stay. Don't say nothing good about Xbox. We don't want you over here no more. Sorry, you lost your travel privileges." You're not welcome in this territory anymore. Sorry. But anyway, the whole slander against the announcement, once again, is tied to a greater and a bigger issue. And eventually something else will come along to distract or divert or enrage people, so that won't really be a thing that much anymore, or it should be accepted, really. And it shouldn't feel like developers are pandering, or like Sweet Baby Inc. is ruining gaming and all this stuff. And I'm like, look, if a game is good, the writing is good, the acting is good, presentation, everything is good, then these issues that people are crying about won't exist, because the game is good. Foundationally speaking, the game is good. Now, like imagine this. If Concord came out, character designs were fire. Like, yo, all the females look nice, all the dudes look cool, the big dudes look big, the small dudes look small, the big girls look big, the small girls look... everything is perfect. It looks perfect. And it played exactly the same as it played when it came out. Would people care about, this person's gay and this person's, I don't know, bigger? That didn't, like, you talk about what was it, Bleeding Edge, right? Even though it wasn't as successful. I mean, it was more successful than Concord. Oh wow. But it wasn't a successful game per se. But you look at the character designs in there. There was a big chunky girl who rode a spiked unicycle. I think that's what it was, right? And she was just like she was big. She was thick with more than 2 C's. Thick. She was thick. She was technically, she'd be obese. But whatever, she was thick. Some people like them thick. I don't discriminate. I like everyone's beautiful. All the ladies are beautiful. Anyway, and I'm looking at all the character designs look cool. And go back and look at Bleeding Edge. All the character designs. They had the ninja dude, then they had the dude in the hover wheelchair thing, like, and big girl, and then they had the snake turkey chicken lady. They had all kind of crazy, but it all looked cool. The designs were cool looking. The game just was a weird game. It was like a melee. It was weird. But that's the thing. You gotta make characters that people would like to see. And so there's the thing. It's like, if your game is good, then all these other complaints kind of go away. Now, because your game isn't that good, it's a mediocre, it's mid, all these other things that are kind of nitpicks become bigger issues, and they compile on top of the problems of the game foundationally and make it even worse. Like Star Wars Outlaws, right? They're like, oh man, I would agree that the original actress, the flesh and human actress, is way more beautiful than what they put in the game. I'm like, how? It ain't even just the hair. I'm like, why her face look? I mean, that's a choice. Y'all want to, I don't know, man. But anyway, that aside, the game itself wasn't that good. And that's why people are like, it's not that good. And plus, look how ugly she is. Now, if the game was the best game ever, you know what I'm saying? They'd be like, yo, this is the best Star Wars game, but what is the best? Boom, boom, boom. They wouldn't even be paying attention to what she's not super fine or whatever. I mean, maybe some, of course, will, because superficiality and all that. But, about to storm over here. But, you know, you have to make a good game. And I always go back to Overwatch. You know, Overwatch is a really good game, right? Great game. I mean, it's probably less now because it's older. People are tired of it, whatever. But like I said, all the characters look cool. Nobody had an issue with what the characters look like. They had an issue with Tracer. Oh, Tracer, she's gay or whatever. I'm like, and that came out like later. I'm like, who cares? It was like a blip. It was like bloop, and then nobody cared because the game was that good. They were just like, whatever. I don't care. I'm playing her because she's zip zoop zoop. So the problem with the industry and the society and everything surrounding it is that y'all, meaning us, meaning devs, we need to make good games first. And then you can put whatever sprinkling and flavor on top of it, but if the game is good, I mean good, then you know you've got something. You've got something there. Now there are games that may try to force feed an agenda and stuff like that. You know, that's on the prerogative of devs. If they wanna take that road, they are more than available. It is their right to do so, but they have to also realize that it may come at a price, meaning you ain't gonna get as much money for your game because people don't want to buy it, because people play games to escape. They don't want to be reminded of the ills of the world, and that's why I still don't understand why a game like The Last of Us, I mean, I understand the drama and it is a fictitious tale, but it still is a darker game. That I think my problem with The Last of Us is that you can have a dark game, but when it's just about like a possible future, post-apocalyptic, and there's no kind of fantastical kind of twist to it or a lean to it, then it's like, okay, I mean, you're being dark, and it's really about relationships and the human condition and all that stuff. But you could put some extra stuff in there to make it more interesting and less stressful, because that's just like for people who like to be stressed. And like I said before, or like I was going to say, most gamers play games to escape the world, to escape stress, to relieve stress. And when you make a game that is stressful, people don't want to play it. Last thing, I was listening to Luke Stevens. He was listening to, they went back and they listened to the review of Alien Isolation, because the sequel was announced, and how IGN gave it a 5.9, Ryan McCaffrey, blah, blah, blah. And they complained about how the game was too long, and the AI was a good idea but poorly implemented, basically, something like that. And they were complaining, oh, if I'm here and I turn the camera and then the alien got me and I didn't even move. I'm like, but you did move. You just, whoa, did you hear that? It was an explosion. Anyway, that's my signal. I gotta go. But they were complaining about the AI, and I'm thinking, and I'm listening to Luke, and he's saying like all the things that I'm thinking, and it's like the whole purpose of the AI of the alien was for it to be autonomous. It's an AI. It's one of the early examples of an AI antagonist that isn't following a specific script per se, you know, like how most AI, not general AI, but most AI in video games do. It's a script, if this, then that, And of course there's that, because that's how logic works. But if there are different factors and conditions that change its behavior based off of location, sound, frequency, all these things that make it unique and make it better and make it not, you won't be able to, as far as like, I mean, there probably is a way to figure out the pattern, if you will. I think I did see a video about that, but it's a little more difficult than just saying, oh, it's going to go this way and go that way and then go up, and you know, like a routine pattern, like a routine path. That's cool. That is an example of devs doing things, and this is before hardware AI stuff. This is all software, right? This is an example of devs taking the leap and being proactive in bringing us new technologies and new systems in games to make games better. That and like the Nemesis system. The only thing I hate about the Nemesis system is that Monolith copyrighted it or trademarked or whatever they did, so nobody can use it. I'm like, and so now this is what I hope. Now, with the advent of hardware AI, hopefully Microsoft, Sony, whoever puts those things in their hardware can implement an AI system with the hardware that supersedes their patent. That is based, it would be based off a different patent because it's not software based, it's literally hardware based. They say, okay, this is the wrapper. We have a hardware solution that calculates and just does all these things to logic out. It learns. It's a learning thing and stuff that the AI in the Nemesis system doesn't do. I mean, it may look like it's learning, but as far as I understand it, it's just, okay, if then, you know, it's the same logic. So if you lose to this orc gets promoted and you can't use the same attack, and then the second orc also may have some benefit, you know, just it's like a cascading effect. But still, with the new hardware AI stuff happening, hopefully they can get around it and give us systems that give autonomy to these NPCs that make games more interesting. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I appreciate you. Like, subscribe, hit me in the comments. Let me know what you think about the slander that the Halo announcement is making, that's happening, and all the AI stuff that I'm talking about too, because that stuff is interesting to me. You know, I want to see video games evolve and grow and be better for us to play, you know, experience. But anyway, I appreciate y'all, and I better bat down the head if you get a little windy. But anyway, appreciate. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Tilt the weight.